In this video, I'm going to show you how to do this logo reveal animation inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's get into it. So once you're inside of Adobe Premiere Pro and you have a brand new sequence created, we're first just going to go in by just importing your logo. As you can see, I've got mine imported and it is sitting on video layer 1. So the basics of this animation, this reveal, is the logo is going to pop in or it's going to mask in, then it will rotate round and then it's going to reveal the text version of the logo. So we're first just going to start with the physical logo itself. At this point, we're just going to rotate this around to -90 degrees. And then from here, we're just going to animate the scale. But unfortunately, if we animate the scale at this point, it's going to affect both the horizontal and the vertical axis. So if we unlink uniform scale, you can see we can animate the height and we can animate the width independently from one another. So we're just going to pull the scale height down to 0. Then we'll create a brand new keyframe on the scale height. Then we'll go maybe 4 or 5 frames to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll increase that scale height to a higher number than 100. So let's go 130. Then we'll go 6, 7, 8 frames over to the right. And then we'll pull that back down to 100. Let's see how that looks as we play this back from the beginning. There you go. That looks cool. Now you could do it that way, or alternatively, rather than animating the scale height, you could actually animate this using masking instead. So if we go to opacity, you can see we've got free draw Bezier. So we'll select this and we'll just draw a mask around our logo like this. So this should be a rough square, something like this. Then we'll create a brand new keyframe on the mask path. We'll go back in time 5, 6, 7 frames. And then at this point, you just want to select that mask. So we'll go mask 1, and then we'll just drag the bottom left corner into the middle. We'll drag the bottom right corner into the middle, top right into the middle, and then that top left into the middle as well. And then at this point in time, we can press C on the keyboard to load up the razor tool. We'll make a cut at that time, and then we'll delete the first part of that logo so that it animates in like this. Of course, because there's no bounce effect now, you can just increase the gap between those 2 frames so that you get this reveal effect. It's up to you which option you choose. I prefer the look of the first one, but if you prefer the look of the second one, then that's completely fine. So we've animated the scale in, or we've masked in, and then we're going to hold for a second. Then we'll create a brand new keyframe on the rotation. We'll go 5 frames to the right, or 6, 7, something around there. And we'll pull this around to a positive number. So somewhere around here. So let's go 25%. Then we'll go 6 or 7 frames to the right again, and we'll pull this down to a negative number. So around -8 or 10. Then we'll go +4, and then we'll go to 0. So we're going to get this nice bounce in effect as it rotates around. There you go. Of course, if you wanted to slow this down, then all you have to do is just increase the gap between those keyframes like this. There you go. And if you wanted that to be quicker, so there's less of a hold between the first action and the second action, then just highlight all the rotation keyframes and move those closer to the scale height keyframes like this. Or alternatively, you could actually do that so there's a bit of an overlap if you wanted to, like this. It's completely up to you, but I do quite like having that moment just to hold before we go into the next phase of animation. But it does look quite cool with the overlapping effect so that it rotates and scales in at the same time. But once you've got to this point, your logo should now be in. It should be the correct orientation. The rotation should be at 0. Now we need to go ahead and move on to revealing the text. So at this moment in time, you just want to create a brand new keyframe on the position. And then we'll go maybe 6, 7 keyframes over to the right. And then we'll move the position of this over to the left. And we'll take this all the way to the end. And then we'll go another 5 or 6 to the right and move this just over to the right a little. If that bounce back was a bit too quick, by the way, then you can always just increase the gap between that keyframe so that it is a bit nicer. Now, at this moment in time, we do need to reveal the text. So we're just going to go ahead and create a brand new text layer. So you can select the type tool down here, or the keyboard shortcut is T, so you can press T. select anywhere in this black video and type out your word, your phrase, whatever you want to do here. We're just going to type that out. Then we'll go Command or Control A, go into Effect Controls, Text. Then we can change the font that we're using here, but I do like using Monster Act for this example. We can center align this. We can decrease the scale of this. We can decrease or increase the text tracking. So this is the spaces in between the letters. And then of course we can go down and change the fill, stroke, background or shadow color. It's completely up to you, but once you're happy with the look of that, you just want to center this up. And then we'll just move this down. So we'll go down to video motion and we'll move the position over to the right and just move this down a little. And as you can see, you want to try and move this logo over a little bit so that this all matches up. So we'll select that logo. We'll go to that last keyframe on the position. And we'll just move this over to the right a little. Now, as you can see, now that we've created the text, you can see that the logo is actually a lot larger than the text. So at this point, you can either increase the text, but if you can't increase the size of the text, you could try splitting it over 2 lines like this. So we would left align this, decrease the line height, and then you would just move this in closer. So like this. So you could do that. Or alternatively, you could just decrease the size of the logo. So in my example, I'm going to do a mixture of the both. So I'm going to split this text over 2 lines. So this is split over 2 lines already. And then I'm just going to decrease the size of this logo. So I'm going to go into that logo layer. We'll go down to scale height. And then I'm just going to decrease the scale height on this last keyframe. Just going to decrease this down to 70. And then I'll pull the scale width to 70 as well. There you go. That's a lot better now. As you can see though, because I've separated the text, I've put films on a new line. You can see that the position is now completely off. So at this moment in time, I need to actually go ahead and move this all over to the right. So I'm going to move the text over. Then I'll go to the last keyframe on the position on the logo. And I'm just going to move that over to the right as well. There you go, that looks about right. I'm just going to pull the scale of this text just down to 99, 98. There we go, that's about right. So once you've got to this point, your logo is doing the animation, and then you've got the text perfectly married up in the correct position. We can now move on to animating the text. So we're just going to go to the point where the logo starts to animate, so this first position keyframe. Then we'll drag the text over to this point, so you want the text to start at this point. Then at that moment in time, you want to go into your text layer. We'll create a brand new keyframe on the position in video motion. Then we'll go to our second keyframe on the logo. So that is here. And we'll create a new position keyframe on the text again. And then we'll go to that last keyframe. And again, we'll just make a new keyframe on our text layer. So this last keyframe should be where you want this to end up. Your second keyframe, we're just going to push over to the right. And then that first keyframe, we're just going to push the text completely behind the logo, like this. There you go. So that reveals from behind the logo. But the problem is it all looks a bit clunky at the moment. And that's because we're catching the left side of this text just overlapping the logo. And that just looks a little bit clunky. So this is where we're going to do some masking. So we're going to go to that first keyframe on the text layer. We'll go into opacity, select the free draw Bezier tool, and we're just going to draw a mask around the right side of the frame. So just draw this rectangle on the right side, just on the logo, so that we can't see the text. Then we'll create a brand new keyframe on the mask path. We'll move over to that second position keyframe, and we can now move this over to the left, like this. Of course, as you can see, that is drifting a little too much because the position of the logo is moving over to the left. We can also animate the mask to follow that logo animating across like this. There you go. And then just change the size of this so that your text does not fall off. And there you go. That looks really cool. Of course, at this moment in time, you just want to scrub through and make sure that your text does not fall out of the mask at any point. If it does happen to fall out of the mask, if something like this happens, for example, then you just want to move that mask over to the right to make sure that your text is within this square rectangle mask. So let's play this back, see how this looks. There you go. That looks really cool. So from here, all you need to do is just extend that logo so that it now matches the same duration of the text. Then we'll highlight those 2 layers, right click, select nest, and we can call this animation. And then from there, we can go ahead and we can change the scale, we can change the position. We can put this wherever we want this to go. But because these are now in their nested sequence, these are now going to be affected at the same time. And this means we don't have to individually control the position, the scale, the rotation of each of these layers, which means we won't risk messing up that animation. But there you go. That is how you create this logo animation inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. So thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. See you there.